Hi guys, and welcome to another one of my videos. I'm Margot, and if you don't know by now, my website is navigatingjourney.com. I am a woman who is autistic, and I would like to share my story of anxiety and going out. So, I had a really horrible experience at a local restaurant yesterday. I was enticed with my friend to go in there and utilize a text coupon that clearly stated, $10, you can spend it. There's no minimum spend. And when we got in there towards the end of our transaction, the manager was incredibly rude towards us and essentially told us that those coupons were meant to entice people in and basically spend money, even though it didn't say that. And that if we try to use these coupons next time, we would not be allowed. And she was very rude, and it really set me off. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about being set off and what it's like when you have dread and then it comes true. So leaving the house is already so hard for me. I have a lot of anxiety and a lot of kind of foreboding feelings when it comes to going out and then potentially having something bad happen, because guess what? That's usually what happens. And that's exactly what happened here. So I was worried and I just had a bad feeling in my stomach, and most of the time when I go out, whether something bad happens or not, I have a bad feeling about it. So yeah, we went in. It's kind of a dark place, mostly with, I would say, men in their late 30s, 40s, because it's a pub, it's a public house, and the waitresses are always wearing, all black skirts, sometimes heels. It's more to cater to those men than anybody else. And the manager is a very young female. Obviously, from what I've read, this company has a lot of misogyny and treats their workers pretty unfairly, which is why every single time we've gone in there, there's different people. And she basically had it out for us. She was watching our consumption of our beverages and our food and seeing who had what, because we both had a coupon, and just basically nitpicking, and got mad at us for coming in using coupons and essentially not spending anything, which, if you are not doing well financially and things are really hard, you're probably going to do what it takes to put food in your stomach, whether you can afford it or not. And the fact that this restaurant chain actually teams up with people that feed homeless people and help the ones that need the help the most is kind of contradictory when you get mad at somebody in your restaurant for not spending money when you're worth $32 million plus. So I felt sick. I've been anxious ever since. When we went out, I was very upset, and I tend to dwell on these things, and I tend to obsess with these things, over these things, and it eats away at me inside. And it's not that I don't have other things to worry about. Believe me, I have other things to worry about. But it consumes you. And then I reached out to somebody on LinkedIn, and they were like, well, we can't include the terms and conditions in the text. So I was like, why don't you use a bit.ly link? You can use a link and link it so that people can click and see the terms and conditions. I shouldn't have to deal with a rude manager because of an oversight that their marketing department had. And this happens to me a lot. I don't know if it's my, innate need for justice, but I wrote an over 600 word letter to them, and I just honestly feel like crap today. I was treated like scum. I was treated like I wasn't very intelligent. I was talked down to. And none of those things are okay. When I am in a customer service position, I will do anything it takes to satisfy that customer and go above and beyond to let them know of different ways they can save money or what the best option is if that's the kind of position they're in. I don't pass judgment. And if somebody wants to, you know, get something for cheaper or get something for free, you're not making yourself look bad, because the customer will probably come back and spend money. So if you treat them like crap, if they come in one time where they're not spending money and they're still entitled to something because the offer is being run, then that's how that goes. I can't stress that enough. Like, I don't make the rules up. If something says come in and get a bite to eat and you have $10 to spend, okay, like, thank you, I'll probably do that. And you know, it's just very upsetting, and don't treat people like that. You also don't know what people are going through in their lives. So expressing kindness towards them and showing that versus getting angry is not making your company look bad. It's making it look better. But maybe if you're having a rough time, you shouldn't take it out on somebody else. You need to go worry about that and talk about it with somebody who you can talk about it with, instead of taking it on people that you don't know, who you immediately pass judgment on, because that's just how you are. And I am sorry, but that's not very nice. And I strive for kindness. I have the Autistic Kindness Project on Facebook. I do what I can for other people. I help other people when I can help them. And that's kind of always how I've been. I'm not gonna mince words, but that's how I've always been. And now that I'm like a bit older, and I don't know if I'm necessarily wiser, I feel as though we need to kind of express ourselves in a genuine way. And if that's expressing ourselves positively, that seems a lot more far-reaching than being angry in your position of service. That's just not how you treat people. And just be nice if you can. If you're working, be nice to people. It goes a long way, and you'd be really surprised at the good karma that you'll get back. And thanks for watching.